The day Landon came out to his family, his world shattered like glass under a hammer's blow. At 22, standing in the living room of their modest Chicago home, he confessed his love for another man, only to watch his older brother, Mark, explode in rage, calling him a disgrace and vowing to cut him out forever. By morning, Mark had already begun his campaign, convincing their parents that Landon's lifestyle would ruin the family name, leading to Landon being disowned and left penniless on the streets. Landon's mind raced as he huddled in a dingy motel that first night, paid for with the last of his savings. How could blood turn so cold? Mark, the brother who'd once protected him from school bullies, now saw him as an enemy, a threat to their conservative Midwestern roots. The pain gnawed at Landon's insides, betrayal sharper than any knife. He replayed the scene endlessly. Mark's face twisted in disgust, their mother's tears, their father's silence. Was this the price of truth? His heart ached for Ryan, the man who'd given him the courage to speak up, but even that love felt tainted now, fragile against the storm of rejection. Wandering the city the next day, Landon felt invisible, a ghost in his own life. He crashed on friends' couches, scraping by with odd jobs, but the inner turmoil never ceased. Why me? He thought, staring at his reflection in a cracked mirror. Mark had always been the golden child, straight, ambitious, the one destined for success. Landon's sexuality wasn't a choice, yet it branded him unworthy. Doubts crept in. Maybe I should have stayed silent, buried it deep. But no, that would have been a slower death, suffocating under lies. He reached out to Ryan, whose gentle voice on the phone was a lifeline. "We'll build our own family," Ryan said. But Landon wondered if he deserved one after this. Weeks blurred into months. Landon landed a barista gig at a downtown cafe, where the aroma of coffee masked his exhaustion. Mark's influence lingered. Mutual friends ghosted him, whispers of family drama following like shadows. Inside, Landon battled rage and sorrow. How dare Mark steal my place in our parents' hearts? He imagined confronting him, screaming the hurt aloud, but fear held him back. What if it made things worse? Ryan's support grew, their relationship deepening amid the chaos. Late nights, they'd talk about dreams deferred, Ryan's hand in his quiet rebellion against the world. One evening, as Landon wiped down counters, his phone buzzed. A message from an old neighbor. Mark had taken over the family business, their father's auto shop, and was thriving. The news hit like a punch. That's mine too, Landon thought, or it should have been. Inheritance, legacy, all snatched because of who I love. The injustice fueled a fire in his chest, mixing with guilt. Am I wrong for hating him? Family ties pulled taut, threatening to snap. He confided in Ryan, who urged forgiveness, but Landon couldn't. Not yet. The wound was too fresh, pulsing with every heartbeat. As winter gripped Chicago, Landon's resolve hardened. He enrolled in community college, studying graphic design, channeling pain into creativity. But nights brought nightmares. Mark's voice echoing, "You're no brother of mine." The isolation weighed heavy. He questioned his worth daily. Ryan became his anchor, their love a sanctuary. "You're stronger than this?" Ryan whispered during quiet moments. Landon clung to that, but doubt whispered back, "What if I'm not?" The societal pressure, billboards preaching traditional values, news of anti-gay bills, amplified his inner conflict. Why fight when the world agrees with Mark? Spring thawed the city, but not Landon's heart. A chance encounter at a pride event sparked hope. Surrounded by others like him, he felt seen. Yet, returning home, the emptiness returned. Mark had married, started a family, news via social media stings. "He's living my stolen life," Landon brooded. Jealousy warred with longing for reconciliation. Ryan proposed moving in together, a step toward normalcy, but Landon hesitated. Am I ready to build when so much was torn down? The decision loomed, heavy with emotion. By summer, Landon's designs gained traction, landing freelance gigs. Success tasted bittersweet, shadowed by loss. He visited a therapist, unpacking layers of trauma. "Your brother's actions aren't your fault," she said, but Landon struggled to believe it. Inner monologues raged. Forgive? Forget? Or fight back? Ryan's patience wore thin at times, their arguments laced with unspoken fears. Don't let him define us, Ryan pleaded. Landon nodded, but the scar tissue pulled tight. Fall brought unexpected news. Their parents reached out, tentative apologies laced with regret. Mark had pressured them, they admitted. Joy clashed with anger. Why now? Landon met them in a neutral cafe, tears flowing. We miss you, his mother said, but Mark's absence screamed loudest. Why isn't he here? The partial reunion stirred more turmoil. Acceptance felt incomplete without his brother's contrition. As the year ended, Landon reflected on his journey. From destitution to tentative stability, powered by Ryan's love. Yet the void remained. Is blood thicker than betrayal? He pondered, staring at holiday lights. The path ahead unclear, but for the first time, hope flickered. Not for Mark's change, but his own healing. The second year without family felt like trudging through molasses, every step heavier with accumulated grief. Landon and Ryan moved into a small apartment in Wrigleyville, their shared space a fragile bubble against the outside world. But Mark's shadow loomed larger. Rumors reached Landon that his brother was expanding the auto shop, using funds that should have been split. Theft by another name. Landon seethed inwardly, the injustice a constant thorn in his side. Nights were the worst, when silence amplified his thoughts. Why does he get to prosper while I scrape by? Ryan slept beside him, oblivious to the storm raging in Landon's mind. He loved Ryan fiercely, but guilt crept in. Had his coming out dragged Ryan into this mess? Their relationship, once a source of joy, now carried the weight of societal scrutiny. Friends' subtle judgments, stares in public, all fueled Landon's paranoia. Am I poisoning us? The question haunted him, eroding his confidence. At work, Landon's designs for a local LGBTQ+ nonprofit brought purpose, but even there, doubts surfaced. A colleague shared a similar story of familial rejection, sparking a raw conversation. Time heals, she said, but Landon wondered if it truly did or just numbed the pain. His inner conflict intensified. Hate Mark forever, or seek closure? The latter terrified him. What if rejection came again? Ryan noticed the distance, confronting him one evening. You're pulling away, he accused, voice cracking. Landon's heart twisted. Their argument escalated, words like daggers. I can't fix what he broke, Landon yelled, tears streaming. The fallout lingered, days of tense silence. Landon questioned everything. Was love worth this agony? Ryan's patience, a double-edged sword, made him feel unworthy. He dove deeper into therapy, excavating buried emotions. Your brother's homophobia isn't about you, the therapist insisted. But it felt personal, a direct assault on his identity. Societal echoes amplified it. Politicians railing against gay rights, making Landon feel like a target. Why fight for acceptance when even family won't give it? A breakthrough came during a solo walk along Lake Michigan. Waves crashed, mirroring his turmoil. I deserve better, he realized, but the path to self-forgiveness was steep. Ryan's olive branch, a surprise dinner, mended the rift temporarily. We're in this together, Ryan said, their embrace charged with desperation. Landon clung to him, but fear whispered. What if I lose you too? Mark's life updates trickled in via mutual acquaintances. A new house, a baby on the way. Envy burned hot. He's building on my ruins, Landon thought, the disparity a cruel joke. Inner rage bubbled. He fantasized about exposing Mark's bigotry online, but shame stopped him. Am I no better if I stoop low? The moral quandary tore at him. Nights spent pacing, sleep elusive. Their parents' visits increased, awkward but sincere. Mark's stubborn, his father admitted. The admission fueled Landon's resentment. Why defend him? Conversations turned heated. Landon demanded accountability. He stole my future, he exploded once, the room thick with emotion. His mother's sobs echoed his own pain, but no resolution came. The partial family mended cracks, yet the chasm with Mark widened. Ryan proposed a weekend getaway to recharge. In the quiet of a cabin, vulnerabilities surfaced. "I fear you'll leave," Landon confessed. Ryan's reassurance was balm, but doubts lingered. Their love deepened amid confessions, a testament to resilience. Yet, returning home, reality crashed back. Bills piling, dreams deferred. As another year dawned, Landon landed a big client, financial stability within reach. Pride swelled, mixed with bitterness. This should have been easier without Mark's sabotage. Inner monologues shifted from victimhood to empowerment, but scars remained. Is revenge sweeter than peace? The question loomed, unanswered. Social conflicts escalated. A workplace debate on gay rights left Landon raw. Defending his existence exhausted him. Why must I justify my love? Ryan's support was unwavering, but Landon worried about burdening him. Their bond, tested, grew stronger, yet fragility persisted. By year's end, Landon stood taller, but the emotional weight pressed on. Healing wasn't linear. Setbacks ambushed him. Mark's silence screamed loudest, a constant reminder of loss. But in Ryan's arms, hope persisted, a fragile flame against the darkness. 5 years post-betrayal, the ache had dulled to a persistent throb, but triggers reignited it with ferocious intensity. Landon's graphic design firm thrived in Chicago's bustling creative scene, Ryan by his side as partner in life and business. Yet, success amplified the void. Every milestone whispered, this could have been shared with family. Mark's prosperity, now public via business awards, twisted the knife deeper. He's flourishing on stolen ground. Landon brooded, the unfairness a poison seeping into his veins. Inner turmoil peaked during quiet moments. Why does forgiveness elude me? Therapy sessions delved deeper, uncovering layers of abandonment. You're grieving the brother you thought you had, the therapist said. Landon nodded, but rage simmered. He didn't just reject me. He erased me. Societal pressures compounded it. Rising anti-LGBTQ+ legislation made him feel besieged. Protests drew him in, channeling anger into activism, but exhaustion followed. Am I fighting for others or myself? Ryan sensed the storm. Their relationship strained under unspoken tensions. Talk to me, he urged one night, eyes pleading. Landon exploded. How can I when Mark's ghost haunts us? The argument unraveled old wounds. Accusations flew. You're letting him win, Ryan shouted. Landon's heart shattered. Was it true? Guilt flooded him. He feared driving Ryan away. Reconciliation came tearfully, but fragility lingered. Our love is battle-tested. But at what cost? A bombshell dropped via a late-night call from their mother. Mark's wife left him, citing his unresolved issues. Schadenfreude battled empathy. He deserves it, Landon thought viciously, then recoiled. Am I becoming like him? The moral dilemma consumed him, nights filled with what-ifs. Parents pleaded for reunion, but Landon resisted. Not until he apologizes, he insisted, voice trembling. Work distractions helped, but inner conflict bled into designs, edgy, emotional pieces reflecting his pain. Clients praised the depth, unaware of its source. Ryan's encouragement was lifeline, yet Landon questioned his worthiness. Why stay with damaged goods? Self-doubt spiraled, leading to isolation. Friends noticed, intervening with tough love. Move on, one said, but how when betrayal defined him? A pivotal moment arrived at a family gathering Landon attended sans Mark. Laughter rang hollow, absences screamed. His father's health scare added urgency. Life's fragility hit hard. Should I bridge the gap for them? The question tore at him, pitting loyalty against self-preservation. Ryan proposed marriage, a beacon amid chaos. Joy surged, mingled with terror. Yes, Landon whispered, but doubts assailed. What if family ruins this too? Planning intensified emotions. Invitations to parents sparked debate. Include Mark? No, the consensus, but regret nagged. The wedding day dawned bright, a celebration of love defiant. Vows exchanged, tears flowed. Yet Mark's empty seat ached. Honeymoon bliss tempered by introspection. Is happiness incomplete without closure? Ryan's hand grounded him, but inner voices clamored. Post-wedding, life accelerated. Adoption discussions arose, dreams of parenthood stirring hope and fear. Societal barriers loomed. Anti-gay adoption laws fueled outrage. Why must we prove our worth? Activism deepened. Landon speaking at rallies, voice raw with passion. Mark's downfall rumors circulated. Business struggles, isolation. Pity crept in unwelcome. He made his bed, Landon rationalized, but humanity tugged. An anonymous tip revealed Mark's hidden struggles. Perhaps depression. Empathy warred with justice. Forgive the unforgivable? As years blurred, Landon's emotional landscape shifted. Scars fading but present. Ryan's unwavering love anchored him. Yet the brother-shaped hole persisted. Healing demanded confrontation, but terror held sway. What if rejection reaffirms my unworthiness? The decade mark approached, forcing reflection. From ruins to triumph, but at emotional cost. Is peace possible without absolution? The question echoed, heavier than ever. 10 years after the fracture, the pain had evolved into a deep-seated scar, pulsing with every reminder of what was lost. Landon and Ryan's life in Chicago was a tapestry of achievements. A thriving agency, a cozy home, and now, an adopted son, little Jamie, whose laughter filled the voids. But Mark's specter intensified. News of his divorce and business woes reached Landon through family channels. He's reaping what he sowed, Landon thought bitterly, yet an unwelcome compassion stirred. Why do I care after all he took? Inner battles raged fiercer, therapy sessions turning brutal. Confront him, the therapist pushed. Landon resisted. What if it destroys me again? Memories flooded. Mark's venomous words, the disinheritance that left him homeless. Societal homophobia, now more polarized with court battles over rights, mirrored his personal war. Am I defined by his hate or my resilience? Activism consumed him, speeches laced with raw emotion, drawing crowds but draining his soul. Ryan noticed the toll, their marriage tested by Landon's obsessions. Jamie's our future. Let the past go, Ryan implored, eyes weary. Arguments erupted, charged with years of pent-up hurt. You don't understand. He stole my identity. Landon roared, tears hot. Ryan's embrace followed, but cracks appeared. Am I sabotaging my happiness? Guilt overwhelmed. Jamie's innocent questions about Uncle Mark pierced deepest. How do I explain betrayal to a child? Parents' pleas escalated. Mark's changed. He's suffering. Doubt seeped in. Had time softened him? A clandestine meeting with his mother revealed Mark's regrets. Whispered apologies secondhand. Fury ignited. Why not face me? The indirectness felt cowardly, amplifying resentment. Inner monologues spiraled. Forgive for my sake, or hold firm for justice. Jamie's arrival had shifted priorities, but emotional baggage weighed heavy. Bedtime stories turned introspective. Landon pondered legacies. What example am I setting, bitterness or grace? Ryan's support wavered under strain. A near-breakdown confession. I love you, but this is killing us. Heartbreak surged. Landon vowed change, but habits died hard. A crisis loomed. Mark's health scare, a suspicious lump. Parents begged intervention. He needs you, they said. Landon's world tilted, irony bitter. The thief now the victim? Turmoil peaked. Nights sleepless, debating morality. Societal debates on forgiveness echoed his dilemma. Victims owing nothing, yet humanity demanding more. Confrontation brewed. Landon drove to the auto shop unannounced. Mark looked aged, shock etching his face. Words tumbled. Accusations, defenses, tears. I was wrong, Mark admitted, voice breaking. Landon's rage crumbled into sorrow. Why now, after a decade of silence? The exchange, raw, unresolved, left him reeling. Homeward, emotions crashed like waves. Ryan held him as he sobbed, Jamie's hug a reminder of stakes. Forgiveness tantalized, but trust shattered. Am I ready to rebuild? Business thrived, but personal cost mounted. Activism waned. Focus turned inward. Ryan's ultimatum: choose us or the grudge. The choice gut-wrenching, pitting heart against history. As Mark's diagnosis worsened, cancer, pressure mounted. Family united in plea, Landon's resistance cracked. Inner conflict climaxed. Sacrifice for the undeserving? The question consumed, heavier with each passing day. Resolution hovered. Landon pondered intervention. Life's fragility, amplified by Jamie's innocence, tipped scales. But doubt lingered. Does he deserve my mercy? The emotional maelstrom peaked, leaving Landon raw, exposed. Healing demanded leaps, but fear paralyzed. In Ryan's arms, he whispered fears, seeking solace in love's embrace. 15 years since the betrayal that redefined his existence, Landon stood at the precipice of an unimaginable choice, his soul a battlefield of conflicting loyalties. Mark's cancer had advanced rapidly, surgery the only hope, but costs astronomical. Insurance gaps leaving him destitute. Parents' desperate call shattered Landon's fragile peace. He's dying. Help him. The irony crushed him. The man who'd stripped him bare now begging scraps. Why me? Landon agonized, the plea igniting an inferno of resentment and reluctant duty. Inner torment reached fever pitch, therapy abandoned for solitary reflection. Memories assaulted, homelessness, rejection, the theft of inheritance now fueling Mark's plea. Societal ironies amplified, gay men often cast as villains, yet here he was, potential savior. Am I obligated by blood or freed by betrayal? Ryan's counsel: do what's right for you. But what was right? Jamie's questions intensified the agony. Why help someone who hurt you, Dad? Explaining forgiveness to a child mirrored his own confusion. Family pressure mounted. Mark's frail voice on the phone: I'm sorry, Landon, for everything. Tears choked him, but skepticism reigned. Too late, the apology, long craved, felt hollow amid desperation. Arguments with Ryan escalated to breaking point. This could destroy us, Ryan warned, fear in his eyes. Landon's heart fractured, balancing family ghosts against present love. Am I sacrificing my happiness for his redemption? Nights became vigils of doubt, pacing floors, weighing souls. Success mocked him. The firm prosperous, home-loving, all built from ashes Mark created. Sell it all? The thought terrified, yet pity gnawed. Mark's suffering humanized him, revealing shared frailties. Inner voices clashed. Vengeance or virtue? Societal debates on queer forgiveness echoed. Victims shouldn't absolve abusers, yet stories of reconciliation inspired. Decision crystallized in a storm of tears. He'd fund the surgery, selling assets piecemeal. Ryan's shock turned to support, but tension simmered. You're better than him, Ryan said, embrace fierce. Landon doubted. Am I noble or naive? The process grueling, liquidating dreams for a brother's life. Jamie's confusion added layers. Does this mean Uncle Mark loves us now? Hospital visits blurred boundaries. Mark's gratitude raw, confessions pouring. I was scared, ignorant, he admitted. Landon listened, heart thawing against will. Forgiveness crept in, bittersweet. But scars protested. Can trust rebirth from ruins? Post-surgery, Mark recovered slowly, bonds tentative. Family reunions awkward, laced with unspoken histories. Landon's sacrifices left him vulnerable. Financial strain testing marriage. Ryan's patience frayed. Was it worth it? The question mirrored Landon's own. Emotional crescendo hit during a quiet dinner with Mark. Stories exchanged, laughs tentative, but undercurrents surged. Thank you, Mark whispered. Landon nodded, throat tight. Inner peace elusive. Joy mingled with regret. Did I betray myself for him? Years later, reflections deepened. Life rebuilt, stronger yet scarred. Ryan and Jamie anchors, Mark a cautious ally. But the cost lingered, a reminder of choices' weight. In the end, Landon pondered the labyrinth of human bonds, where hate and love intertwined. Was his ultimate sacrifice a triumph of compassion or a surrender to familial chains? Do you think Landon was right to forgive and save his brother after everything?